Alrighty, everybody. So now we are actually going to do some of the problems from our assignment involving midpoint and our distance formulas. So in this first group of problems, let's find the midpoint of the line segment with these endpoints. So we want to find the midpoint. So that means use the midpoint formula. Midpoint formula says take my x values, add them together, divide by 2. Then we're going to take the y values, add them together in the same order as the x's, divide by 2. I'm going to use color code these a little bit to help me out. This is my first x value. First y value. Plug these in with colors really is going to help me, I think. Second x value. Second y value. That's what the 1 and the 2 mean. First, second. First x, second x. First y, second y. So let's plug these in. So I'm going to do blue plus yellow. So 10 plus -4 divided by 2. Magenta, -6 plus, the plus comes from the formula, plus green plus 6. -6 plus 6 divided by 2. There we go. Just wanted to double check that. So I'm not going to simplify these here. I'm just going to do this. 10 plus -4 plus a negative. When no one says plus a negative, we just say -4. So 10 minus 4 is 6. Going to divide that by 2. -6 plus 6. That's going to be a 0. Divided by 2. Now, there's a comma between these two values. That's because we're going to have an x value and a y value. So the location of our midpoint is 6 divided by 2, 3, comma, 0 divided by 2 is 0. So there is the location of our midpoint. 3, 0. So the point halfway between these 2 points is at 3, 0. Easy. All right, let's try another one. Let's find the midpoint of this line segment. So we have a line segment that ends at -7, -8, and it ends at -7, -4. Where is the point exactly halfway? So again, we are told find the midpoint. I'm going to write down my formula. Second x value, x2, plus first x value, x1. Divide that by 2. Another value over here. Let's do it with the y's. So second y value plus first y value divided by 2. Write it as a point. The parentheses make it a point. Let's figure out where these values go. First x. First x. First y. Second x, x2. Second y, y2. Okay, so go back looking at my formulas. I'm going to do blue plus yellow. Blue, -7, plus yellow, -7, divided by 2. Now I'm going to do magenta, 4, plus green, -8, divided by 2. Alrighty, so plus a -7. If we want to write this down again to save our, so let's see what's going on. -7 plus a negative. That just means -7 divided by 2. -4 plus a -8. I'm sorry, +4. 4 plus -8. So that's 4 minus 8. Divide that by 2. Okay, let's keep simplifying. -7 minus 7. That's -14 divided by 2. And then 4 minus 8. That's -4 divided by 2. Write my answer as a point. So -14 divided by 2, that's a 7. -4 divided by, I'm sorry, negative. Watch your signs, friends. I almost forgot. -14 divided by +2, -7. -4 divided by +2, that's a -2. Make sure you put it in parentheses so you can show it's a point. All right, so go ahead and hit pause and answer questions 3, 4, 5, and 6. And when you're done answering those, come back and I'll help you with number 7. Alrighty, welcome back. Now, in this group, we are given the midpoint, but it's still the midpoint, so we're still going to use that same formula. We're given a midpoint right here, and we're given an endpoint of a line segment. Let's find the other endpoints. Well, because we're talking midpoint and we have points, we're going to use the midpoint formula. Second x plus first x divided by 2. Second y plus first y divided by 2. Alrighty, so the way this works is, remember, x2 and x1, y2 and y1 come from the endpoints. So if we go ahead and we say this, let's say, alright, so let's say here's my first x, there's first x, first y. What we don't know is x2 and y2. But what I do know is to find x2 and y2. That's how I'm going to get the x and y value of my midpoints. So what I know is this x value, 1 equals x2 plus x1 divided by 2. So 1, this 1 right here, let's choose another highlighter. This 1 came from right there. And then I'm going to use those values there. This negative 5, that midpoint value is found by using this next part, the y part, y2 plus y1 all over 2. And I'm going to go ahead and use my colors because I really think colors help this. All right, so let's go ahead and knock this out. So this brownish highlighter, so 1 equals blue. Blue is what I'm looking for. I don't know blue because, see, blue wasn't highlighted. Plus negative 10 divided by 2. So I am going to multiply both sides of this equation by 2. That's going to get rid of the 2 on the bottom. That's going to get rid of this 2. So I'm going to have 2 equals x minus 10. Add 10 to both sides. And my missing x value is 12. Let's do the same thing up here with the y's. So negative 5 equals magenta. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for y2 plus green, negative 7 divided by 2. I am going to multiply both sides of the equation by 2 so I can get rid of the 2 underneath the y. So 2 times negative 5 is negative 10. These 2's cancel out, which leaves me y2 plus a negative is just minus 7. So there's my 2 sides. Add 7, add 7. Negative 10 plus 7 is negative 3. That equals y2. Negative 7 plus 7 is 0. Now, because this is my endpoint, write your answer as a point. 12, comma, negative 3. There's my second x value and my second y value. So there's the endpoint. All right, so again, I am going to give you a midpoint and I'm going to give you one endpoint of my line segment. Let's find the other endpoint. So remember, they're using the word midpoint and we have points. They gave us the word midpoint and we've got points. So we're going to use the formula x2 plus x1, first x, second x plus first x divided by 2, y2 plus y1, or y sub 2 plus y sub 1, all divided by 2. When we put in our values, we've got first x, we've got first y. I want to find x2 and y2. Those are blue and magenta are my variables. They gave me this x value and they gave me this y value. So I know x from my midpoint needs to equal x2 plus x1 divided by 2. And I know orange is from the y values of the midpoint. So that's going to equal y2 plus y sub 1, second y plus first y divided by 2. And then if I color code everything like I like, x2 is blue, x1 is yellow, y2 is magenta, and y1 is green. I like color coding because now everything just gets plugged in. And remember, and that'll help me identify my variables, which one I don't know. Like this, what goes in for this brown color? -5. What goes in for blue? There is no number that's blue, so it stays x2. Plus yellow, what goes in for yellow? -5. Divide that by 2. Let's plug in for orange. Orange is 1 equals magenta. No number is magenta, so it stays y2 plus green. Green is 4. Divide that by 2. Okay, let's go ahead and solve both of these. So I am going to multiply both sides of this equation by 2. So 2 times -5, again, -10. These 2's are going to cross out, and that's going to give me, oops, this should be in black, -10, and that'll give me second x minus 5. I can add 5 to both sides. -10 plus 5 is -5 equals my second x value, which is what I want. Up here, let's multiply both sides of this equation by 2. So these 2's will cancel out. 2 times 1 is 2. Those 2's are now gone. So second y plus 4. Subtract 4 from both sides. 2 minus 4 is -2. That equals y sub 2. Boom. Now make sure we write our answer as, write your answers as a point. So my answer is going to be -5 because that's the x value. X always goes first, -2. So that's the answer that we want. That is the other midpoint. Alrighty, so go ahead and answer questions 9, 10, 11, and 12, and then you're going to have to open up another video for distance because I am running out of time for the distance one. So come back to that video, and I'll see you when I see you, Patriots.